Morning, Scott. It's Tuesday morning. It's about 8 a.m. So I'd give you an update. Not a lot of questions, but a few. All right, here's the overview. So doing good. That removing the plant has given a lot of room. That's where the one we took out was. Still going. It's probably about time to trim that off. This is the great update. So I built cages around there. I've been worried about my squirrels because they usually eat my pumpkins at Halloween. Put a little cover over there. Heard some warning about sun. But this thing has gone, it's kind of crazy. Within, I think, about 1 week now, it's gone from probably a little under softball size to that's a little over basketball size. So it's hauling. And it seems like whenever I turn, you can kind of see the soaker hoses. Let me show you that. So it's kind of crisscross. The soaker hoses didn't work totally great because it seems like the end of the soaker hose put out less water than the beginning. I guess that's kind of gonna happen. So I just pulled the front of the soaker hoses. And I really wanted water on this end, assuming that the actual stump is where most of the root system is. So I don't know if that's a good guess or not. The ratio, especially since I'm burying a lot of the vines, I've made an effort now to really kind of get more of my vines buried as directed online. So you can hardly see any of the vines down in through there because most of them have been kind of put away. You can kind of see my little knives holding down the vines, and they're probably not needed because it's all probably rooted. So the ratio of water consumption from the main stem as opposed to from the upstream leaves, what I've heard is that even if the stem gets cut, that the rest of it can support a pretty decent plant. So it must be, it can't be 90% stem, 10%. It has to be some other ratio, more like 50-50, or does the plant adapt? I don't know. I'm a little surprised if I look at this end. This is where I cut the end, where I stopped it from leaving the garden. I'm a little surprised that it hasn't filled in down here. That the plant doesn't kind of keep expanding. So I don't know what stops it. Like when it has a branch, what stops the branch from moving? I've noticed significant lower growth rates. This end is also the main stem kept going, but that one seemed to slow down. These two slowed down. I mean, that one was going, the main one was going maybe 6 to 9 inches a day, and these paused for a couple days, and now they're kind of kicking it back in. So it's interesting, the different, how does it know where to allocate its energy? This one is doing good. This is the one where I kind of did let it go on the grass because I didn't really have a choice because it's a much smaller garden. This one, I've noticed it's slowing quite a bit, growth-wise. Not sure why, but this is a much shadier spot, so this is kind of more just a backup or for fun. I mean, it's all for fun. Something, I don't know if you're seeing it during these videos, but it's pretty cool. It's the bees are just going crazy, especially in the morning. So I kind of pulled the camera out in the morning. If we look at any of these, getting a ton of activity. They're busy bees. I don't know why it's flowering so much. I kind of want to say, hey, okay, I got the pumpkin. Cut it out with all the flowering work. I see that even on this one. There's, a lot of brand new flowers. It seems to be doing a lot of work. Online, when I see the super growers, now a lot of them are in California or different climates, but I see much fewer flowers. So I don't know if that's related to my fertilizer or what could be. I think this is just super cool. What could be causing the plant to be spending so much time. So if I kind of get down in here, you see it's obviously spending some time flowering in there. You can see it might be, it's kind of, so there's some dead ones that have, you know, through their life. I think the leaves are doing good. I noticed a little difference on the left side over here. Some of the older leaves have some, it's a little hard to tell right now because of the time of day, but this is a good one. Look in here, I see some, I see some like, it's actually the lighter, darker. So the fungicide I reapplied. I think I actually went, and you said do it every week. I think I went down to about 2 weeks, but so that's fully reapplied. One question I had, you know, it says like drench the leaves. So I've been taking the sprayer and putting them underneath so I could get the bottom and then do the top. I don't know if that's necessary or if that's like stupid because the chemical will go all the way through the leaves. But so I've been meaning to ask you that question. But in general, I'm happy. It's kind of fun. When I soak with the soaker hoses, I swear, well, in the past week, this pumpkin has just grown so dramatically that even my cage looked like I had a ton of room left, and now the cage, you know, is half full. So I have to start thinking about additional cages. But I put some people said put cardboard under, some people put sand, so I put both. I think it's just to keep it kind of drier. I'm super happy. Like, that's good progress. And now if you think I have 2 months of growth, like I could get pretty big. Anyway, all right, see you, Scott. Just wanted to give you an update. So I guess the big questions are, why so many flowers? The root system question is more about, I guess, water. Should I water the whole thing? One question I did have is, I always heard that, you know, if it's wet, you should let it dry out, and then you know, you should let a plant soil dry out before you water it again. Well, a lot of times it's wet the next day, and online they're saying water it, you know, perhaps this size garden to water it 25 gallons a day. And so if I do that every day, it's never actually going to get dry. So my question is that kind of keeping it wet, how bad is it to keep it wet? It's a little probably hard to see here. Maybe you can see that it's kind of up against the garage. So it, you know, it's definitely a little bit on a hill. So water, I think, is going to end up coming out of there pretty quick. Anyway, there it is. There's my plants. I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy. Bye.